guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It is never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now today, it is coming up to 11 a.m. here in Melbourne. It is the 18th of June, 2025. There is a lot to go through today. And how good is the new screen setup right here? It makes things so much easier. Anyway, we're going to get into it. Massive shout out and thank you very much to those of you that have subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification, because as you can see right here on my screen, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom. And of course, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. Things are getting very interesting in this space. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. So make sure you give it a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's down there. Thank you very much. You guys rock. Also, a little disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff. I don't want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose. You can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto and of course any other investment. So please be careful. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we're getting straight into it today because there is a lot to go through. Coming over to the community tab, we're going to go through the Canadian XRP ETF, which goes live tomorrow, which is absolutely incredible to see that actually, going ahead in Canada. So congrats to those Canadians. Now we've got the US Senate has officially passed the Genius Act, a landmark piece of crypto legislation, which is incredible, that establishes regulatory framework for stablecoins. And I will say that Ripple is very smart for, last year commencing RLUSD, Ripple's stablecoin. They're going to be joining this market, which is incredible. We do have the final deadlines for the United States XRP ETFs. We've got Grayscale is October 18th this year. We've got 21 shares. SEC final deadline is October 19th. So 18th, 19th, we've got Bitwise. Final deadline is the 20th of October. Canary Capital is sitting at the 24th of October. Wisdom Tree, CoinShares, Franklin Templeton, we've got 25th of October as well. Will the SEC approve them? We will have to wait and see. There's been an update as well that just came out not long ago. So we're going to go over that on X. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get to this in a minute, but the earn curve made in USA crypto basket is live. I started mine yesterday. It's incredible. You can literally trade all of the US made cryptocurrencies. And yes, look at the one in the middle. That is XRP. That is bullish. All right. Again, let's have a look at CoinMarketCap today. We do have a total market cap of $3.25 trillion today. There's been $127 billion in volume. It is down. Of course, there is a significant amount going on around the rest of the world in terms of political issues and economic factors. It's full on at the moment. There's a lot going on at the moment. Like literally, it's non-stop. So again, you can see the markets all reacting to this. With Fear and Greed Index sitting at neutral today at 48. We've got Bitcoin season still in play at 20 out of 100. Let's have a look down here. We've got ETF net flow, which is incredible to see that. Let's just have a look here. 16th. Sitting at comfortably $455 million. So, I mean, the institutions are still buying. As you can see on the right-hand side, we've got Bitcoin dominance 63.9%, and Ethereum's actually moved up 1%, or 0.1%, 9.4%, which is interesting. Coming over to the cryptocurrencies, though, let's have a look down here. Bitcoin's currently trading at 104,774. It is down 4.7 in the last 7 days. Again, Ethereum's at 2,522, XRP $2.16, BNB 649, Solana's at 147. TRX, which is interesting, we've got a lot happening with Tron as well. We'll get to that. 27 cents. Dogecoin 16 cents. Cardano 61 cents. Sui's at $2.83. Chainlink $13, XLM at 25 cents, AVAX $18, Litecoin at $84, Hedera at 14 cents. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Here we go. Moving down, let's have a quick look at some other favorites of mine. Again, Ondo, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging into this, 74 cents. President Trump's coin. We've got $9.54. It is down 12% this week. FET AI 65 cents. WorldCoin 91 cents. Quant is at $101 US, which is nice. And by the way, that does have less of a supply than Bitcoin. Just making everyone aware of that. It's got 14 million that has ever been created, which is interesting. Flare is at 1 cent today, and XDC sitting at 5 cents as well. Now, gold, Tether Gold is going to be interesting. I'm keeping a close eye on that as well. It's up 1.79%, but gold's been doing incredibly well this year. Moving on, yes, Earn Curve, ladies and gentlemen, very excited about this. If you haven't gone to register an account, make sure you click register an account. Please make sure you KYC and upload your documents. It's very important to gain access to the cheapest trading rates in the world. I'm not kidding. If you have done so already, thank you very much for registering, but please upload your KYC documents. Now, again, the incredible update with Octobot. I've been, again, partnering with these guys because they're incredible software. Last night, after my live stream, the announcement came out that the US crypto basket was live. Now, coming over to Octobot, just to let everyone know, my users will get a discount to this, just letting everyone know. If you have a look here at the plans, it's incredibly well priced, and my users will get, if you use the discount code below in the video description, you'll get 10% off. So Investor Plus is all you need for this. Literally, because Pro is basically if you want to run more than 30 bots, that's up to you. But Investor Plus is fine. Use the discount code below and you will get, of course, that 10% off. Now, the Investor Plus is all you need. Coming over to the left-hand side, once you've set up your API keys on EarnCurve, if you come over to this little toggle button here, the compass, you can see crypto baskets at the top. You click this, you come to these three little boxes right here, all exchanges. You click EarnCurve down here. Now, again, if you scroll down, there it is right there. So this is made in USA, which is amazing. So again, that's the top American-made cryptocurrencies. And the reason why I'm so bullish on this is because these cryptocurrencies have got ETFs pending with the SEC at the moment, okay? So long-term play with this, you set and forget. That's what I've done. The minimum investment is 100 USD, and the reason being is because the bot needs to have enough liquidity to trade for you, and this is fully automated. Coming over to my bots, I do have 3 of them running at the moment. I've got the Metaverse one, top 20 again, which is 300 USDT, and of course the Made in USA, which was 100 USD. So it's pretty straightforward. Now, coming over to EarnCurve, again, my spot crypto exchange, go register an account. You need to set up your API keys here on the right. Once you set that up, you link it into Octobot. Pretty straightforward. You come over to this little gear icon, you come to exchange accounts, and then once you've done that, you can set that up, and you click the top right-hand plus button right here. You select your exchange. You come down to EarnCurve. You can name whatever you want here. Put your API key and your secret API key. When it's connected, it will go green. So again, I just want to make sure that everyone understands the crypto baskets basically rebalance everything for you, which is incredible. Here's my actual portfolio, and you can see the bots right here. You can hide 0 balances for coins I don't have. And there you go. So basically what happens with the basket, when a price moves, it goes up in value, it will take the profit, reinvest it into the lower basket coins, and then obviously vice versa. So it's constantly adjusting and balancing it out for you to ensure that you're invested accordingly into those assets and making profit, which is amazing. And of course, past performance is not a indicator of future performance. Just letting everyone know, a little disclaimer about that, but it's working really well. So guys, go join up to EarnCurve right here, register an account. If you've got one, log in. Please submit your KYC documents, okay? Because I've seen a lot of you that have and not submitted your KYC, so make sure you do that. Now, I just want to make sure everyone understands that there's no fiat to crypto at the moment on EarnCurve. Working on that, the integration cost for that feature is enormous. So again, for now, it is just crypto to crypto. You can deposit USDT. You come over to your USDT wallet. Now, you can use whatever exchange you want to get the USDT and put it onto EarnCurve. Of course, when you're selecting your cryptocurrency, you can deposit whatever you like. The network, make sure you're selecting whatever you like. ERC20, that's Ethereum. Binance, which is BEP20. TRON, TRC20 is what I like to use, or Polygon. Again, once you've selected your chosen wallet, you've got to generate your wallet address. And of course, you can deposit into the exchange. It's pretty straightforward with that. And once you've got that running and Octobot set up, you can start trading and let the bots do their thing. So again, you're in full, complete control of all of these. It's incredible. So go join up. Now, Moving on, we've got Canada beats the US to launch the first spot XRP ETF, and that is primarily because of all the regulatory stuff going on with the SEC at the moment and sales to institutional clients with the Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit, okay? Moving on, this is incredible news, but Canada gets the first North American spot XRP ETF. While legal proceedings continue in the United States, Canada is making history with its continent's first approved spot XRP exchange-traded fund ETF. According to press statement, Purpose Investments, a Toronto-based asset manager, will list the Purpose XRP ETFs on June 18th. That's tomorrow in Australia, and I guess tomorrow in Canada, because we're a day ahead here. XRPP ticker. Purpose was also the first issuer of the spot Bitcoin ETF in Canada. The XRP-focused product will trade on the Toronto Stock Exchange to provide investors with regulated access to the digital asset. So they're actually buying the asset, okay? It's not about futures and the price of the asset. It's physical XRP. The ETF will be available in Canada and CAD non-hedge ticker XRPP.B and the US dollar ticker XRPP.U. Excuse me. Units will be eligible for holding a registered accounts such as TFSAs or RRSPs. Now, that this milestone comes as several US-based firms like Grayscale await the SEC's decisions on the XRP ETF proposals. Market observers believe the chances of the SEC approving a spot ETF are high this year. This is evidenced by crypto bettors and decentralized marketplace Polymarket, who believes there is an 88% chance of approval. These developments did not immediately impact the price of XRP, up by a modest 1.4%. And again, there's a lot of macro news going on at the world at the moment. But this is incredibly bullish for Canada. Congratulations to those Canadians. Moving on, we've got JPMorgan SEC meeting to discuss capital markets moving on chain. Now, it's fascinating to see that Jamie Dimon was just fully against cryptocurrency and blockchain. It was incredible. He literally called it a pet rock in Geneva, which was interesting. We've got executives with America's biggest bank met with the Securities and Exchange Commission Crypto Task Force to discuss digital asset regulation, potential ramifications of capital markets moving on chain. And the JPMorgan Chase executives discussed with the SEC the potential impact of existing capital markets activity migrating to public blockchain, including which areas of existing model might change how firms could assess the risks and benefits for those changes, according to the SEC note shared on Tuesday. The two groups also discussed JPMorgan's existing business footprint in the crypto space, including its current digital platform, which handles repurchase agreements, a type of short-term borrowing and financial markets that falls under the digital financing and digital debt services offerings. JPMorgan also assessed where it could carve out a competitive angle to stay ahead of the race of financial institutions look to block for the blockchain for faster, cheaper transactions while also unlocking new revenue streams through tokenized assets. It's amazing that now that they're just getting on board with this when we've been in this space for such a long time. And I can honestly say that I'm well ahead of JPMorgan because Earn Curve has started, and that approval alone that I received was incredible. So go join Earn Curve, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be cheaper than JPMorgan, all right, and that's for sure. VanEck spot ETF as well listed on the DTCC, awaiting approval. Which is interesting to see this. And VanEck, a global investment manager, has made significant move by listing the Solana spot ETF on the DTCC website with ticker VSOL. This step is crucial to grant ETF market entry once the SEC provides approval. The listing signifies progress but remains in a dormant phase, marked D on the DTCC's website. Expecting planning stages to evolve upon SEC endorsement, potentially leading to increased Solana market engagement. Again, there's a lot going on with US ETFs at the moment. Then we have the Genius Bill, which actually was approved and supported with bipartisan support, which is incredible. And the Genius Act for Stablecoins, June 18th, with 68 votes in favor and 30 against, sending the White House representatives for further deliberation. And of course, the legislation introduces the first comprehensive regulatory framework for stablecoins in the United States. This move is expected to enhance consumer protection and financial innovation while raising ethical concerns about the conflicts of interest. This is all to do with stablecoins. And again, it's going to modernize and revolutionize stablecoins and the US dollar to keep it ahead of everyone else around the world. And obviously it is the reserve currency of the world, which is amazing. So congrats. BlackRock becomes the number 2 Bitcoin holder, reshaping crypto landscape. BlackRock is currently holding at the moment with IBIT 662,500 Bitcoin, equivalent to $72 billion, more than 3% of Bitcoin's total supply. So again, Michael Saylor's trying to do that. BlackRock's trying to do that. Fidelity's trying to do that. We've got ARK21 shares doing that. Once these institutions gobble up all of the Bitcoin, what do you think is going to happen to the price? Supply and demand, okay? They're very smart. Don't play into their game. Hold on to your Bitcoin. There's no need to sell it, okay? Now, again, we've got the SEC questions, the staking Ethereum and Solana ETF proposal. And again, the SEC challenge ETF plans to stake Ethereum and Solana. Basically would give investors that income to stake it and earn, I guess, passive income from it. That's what staking really is anyway. So you're basically helping the network and you get rewarded for that. TRON IPO, this is an interesting one, ignites SRM's 580% surge on NASDAQ, which is interesting. And as SRM rebrands to TRON Inc., Justin Sun steps into TRX Treasury plans spark a frenzy. Can this last? TRON IPO rumors. The catalyst for SRM's meteoric rise was the formal announcement of $210 million reserve merger with TRON, which is interesting right here, forming the Florida-based theme park merchandiser into blockchain's first company. The deal brokered through Dominari Securities, a firm with ties to the Trump family, has fueled a rampant speculation that TRON is angling for a full-fledged NASDAQ listing, offering US investors rare exposure to top 10 crypto network. Do you see the narrative that's going on at the moment? And you wonder why I've set up the US-based made in USA cryptocurrencies, okay? Think about it. Just do your research on it, guys. And we've got Coinbase pushing for SEC for permission to trade blockchain-based stocks, which is pretty incredible. NASDAQ, again, has listed exchange Coinbase is pushing the US SEC for permission to offer blockchain-based stocks, otherwise known as tokenized equities, to its customers, according to Reuters. Should the SEC grant approval, this development would allow Coinbase to provide equity trading services through blockchain and distributed ledger technology, positioning the platform as a direct competitor to established retail brokerage firms like Robinhood. Very, very smart move by Brian Armstrong at Coinbase. Coming over to X, thank you to those 9,024 people. If you haven't followed me on X, go do that. And of course, follow EarnCurve. Really bullish, guys. This is growing. I really appreciate all of you doing that. Go do that. Now, moving down, let's have a listen to Senator Cynthia Lummis right here.
The first step. Congress must pass comprehensive market structure legislation in the coming months that draws a line between a security and a commodity and creates a pathway for digital asset exchanges to register with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Working on this legislation has begun in earnest, and in the coming weeks, the Senate will begin to hold hearings and release draft legislation on this critical topic. I look forward to working with Chairman Scott, Leader Thune, and Senator Tillis on getting market structure done this year. I'm proud to deliver on President Trump's promise to lead the most pro-digital asset administration in our history. He understands that making America the crypto capital of the world isn't just good policy, it's an economic imperative.
Incredible. That is incredible. I mean, we've been fighting for years for this legislation to come through. I've been watching it, documenting it on my channel for 5 years. Not kidding. Now, we did have an update as well in relation to XRP. This came out just 37 minutes ago, but the SEC delays decision on Franklin Templeton spot XRP ETF, seeking public comments on the proposal. I think the public well and truly knows what we're doing and what we want. We've got Ondo Finance. They are working with Ripple in the XRP ledger and the United States Treasury, which is incredible. But the Genius Act right here is massive for cryptocurrencies and stable coins. Moving on. Let's have a look here. Tomorrow's Circle will likely have $40 billion in market cap. 3 weeks ago, it was valued at a private markets between $5 to $9 billion, which is insane. We've got an interview here. You can go watch that on my X page, guys, because we're going to be here for a very long time if I play this for everyone. But Stellar Lumens, everyone, including MasterCard and Visa, is looking at how this technology can make finance easier for their consumers and their businesses. I don't think there's going to be a loser, but I think there's going to be shakeups. Now, I just want to make this clear. If you go to Solana and Visa, you can go check up a deep dive on Visa's website, as you can see right here. I'm sick of these pop-ups, but look at this. Now, again, they've done a full analysis on Solana, and Visa has that partnership. You can go read that for yourself, all right? So again, it's just the beginning. Now, again, yes, be kind to everybody, people. It's very important. And yes, James K. Filan will end up on this, ladies and gentlemen. But again, the supplemental letter in support of the motion for indicative ruling. Now, this is from Ripple, and this was filed today. So go and have a read of that on the X page as well. You can see that, and that is addressed to Judge Annalisa Torres. I'm fascinated to see what she's going to do in this regard, ladies and gentlemen. But again, the Toronto Exchange approval for XRP spot ETF is insane today. It's absolutely bullish. Anyway, guys, go join up on EarnCurve, register an account. I'll be back tomorrow. Again, got a lot on today, but I thought I'd get a video in early. And how cool is this wave recording? It's amazing. Thanks, guys. Go join EarnCurve. I'll speak to everyone soon. Go and have a good night, a good afternoon, and a good morning. And if it's morning, have a double shot espresso for me, all right? Take care of yourselves, guys. Peace out. Bye.